Alrighty, well hello there everyone. Welcome to the new Transfer Student Orientation. We're so excited for you to be here today. We're going to get the program started at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, we would love for you all to join in the chat. I see many of you have already started in the chat, but we want to get to know you a little bit more. So I'm going to pose a question to you. I want to know, where are you all joining us from? And I want to see what student in the chat right now is joining us the furthest away from campus. Is it here in Las Vegas? Is it across the country? Is there someone here that's on the other side of the world? Go ahead and share in the chat where you're joining us from, and we'll be using the chat a lot later on throughout the program with some trivia questions that we'll be doing starting at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, join us in the chat and we'd love to talk to you. Thanks, talk to you soon. Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome to the new Transfer Student Orientation. We'll get started with the program around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, we want you to join us in the chat. And I posed a question earlier, where are you all joining us from and who's the furthest person currently from UNLV? And looking through the chat, it looks like we have Lauren from Guam and then Natalie all the way from Florida. So thank you for joining us on the other side of the country. So yeah, I do want to pose another question for y'all to keep the chat going. I'm a huge tea drinker, so let's talk about coffee and then tea. If you like coffee, what's your go-to drink? Is it maybe Dutch Bros? Is it Starbucks? Or if it's tea, what do you like to drink as far as the tea beverage? So go ahead, post in the chat if you're a tea drinker or a coffee drinker, and then kind of what's your go-to drink of choice. And we'll see what are some unique creations in the chat. But we'll get started around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with some trivia. So stay tuned till then and join us in the chat. Thanks, everyone. Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome to the new Transfer Student Orientation. We're so excited for you to be here today. We'll get started with the program officially at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, join us in the chat. I asked earlier, what do you all drink? Is it tea? Is it coffee, Starbucks, Dutch Bros? And many of you are like, what's Dutch Bros? Those of you that aren't from Las Vegas, you definitely want to get used to it because Dutch Bros is definitely something to check out here in Las Vegas. But we'll get started around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. At that time, we'll start off with some UNLV trivia where you could potentially win a UNLV prize. So stay tuned till then and get ready in the chat because the next time you'll see me at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we'll get started. Thanks, and everyone, hang out. Are you all ready for some UNLV trivia? Be sure to join us in the chat so you can participate. We're going to use these features throughout the program, and there's also going to be a bonus question in just a few minutes, and the winner is going to receive a really cool UNLV swag prize. It's one that I actually really want. So I hope you all can win it. All right, here we go. So the first question is, what are the official school colors of UNLV? Is it A, silver and black, B, scarlet and gray, or C, gray and red? You should be able to select the answer that you think is correct in the polling feature in the program right now. So go ahead and select what you think is correct. Let's see, we've got quite a few answers between B, scarlet and gray, and C, gray and red. It's kind of neck and neck right now. Make sure to get your answer in. Ooh, it's really neck and neck right now. Go ahead, select the answer that you think is correct. We're gonna close it in just a few minutes. So go ahead, get your response in as soon as you can. I'm watching it come in live. Looks like we have an answer that is winning right now. We're gonna close the poll in just a few moments. And with that, the poll is closed. You should be able to see the answers on your screen. And the correct answer is scarlet and gray, B. So now you know it is officially scarlet and gray for UNLV's colors. All right, here's the next question. Question number 2 is, what is the name of the arena that is home to the Runnin' Rebels basketball team? Is it A, Thomas Mack Center, B, Allegiant Stadium, or C, Cox Pavilion? Go ahead and write in the chat and also select the answer you think is the correct answer. I'll read it again. What is the name of the arena that is home to the Runnin' Rebels basketball team? Is it A, Thomas Mack Center, B, Allegiant Stadium, or C, Cox Pavilion? Go ahead, select what you think is the correct answer. And it looks like we have We have a few answers coming in. Go ahead and make sure to post your answer. And we want to make sure everyone is in the chat. Go ahead, select the answer is A, B, or C. What you think is the correct answer. And we're gonna close the poll in just a few moments. These are all great facilities here in Las Vegas. Even if you select the wrong answer, we're gonna learn a little bit more about them. All right, so the poll has officially closed, and the correct answer is the Thomas and Mack Center. So, fun fact about the other stadiums, the Allegiant Stadium is a brand new stadium. It's home of the UNLV football team and the Las Vegas Raiders. If you haven't been to Las Vegas in a little bit, it's a huge facility. I'm very excited to see it. And the Cox Pavilion is actually home to the Mountain West Championships for UNLV's women's volleyball team. Students like you all get free tickets to all the UNLV Rebel home games. So be sure to activate your student ticket account and join the Rebellion as soon as you can so you get access to all these great games in the near future when we have in-person games. All right, so the third question is approximately how many registered student clubs and organizations are there here at UNLV? Is it A, 200, B, 300, or C, 400? So again, is it A, 200, B, 300, or C, 400? Go ahead and select what you think is the correct answer. And there are academic organizations, multicultural organizations, fraternities, sororities, sports, service, and even special interest groups like the Society of Lightsaber Duelists, also known as SOLD, or SOLD for short. The Pizza Enthusiast Club, there's an archery club, a Disney club, also Harry Potter club, and clubs for gaming, and so much more. But again, approximately how many student organizations are there on campus? 200, 300, or 400? We're getting a lot of answers in right now, and we're gonna go ahead and close this poll. And majority of you put the right answer. 125 of you put 400, which is correct, and it is currently growing from there. Because we have so many opportunities for you to choose from, you can search for opportunities through the UNLV Involvement Center. Students can also start their own club organization if they don't find one that fits their unique interests. Now we're going to move on to the bonus trivia question. And the winner of this question will win a really cool swag prize I talked about earlier. We'll be using the chat feature for this one. So the first person who types in the correct answer will win the prize. Alrighty, get your keyboards ready for the question. And here it is. What year was UNLV founded? Go ahead, write in the chat what you think is the correct answer for what year was UNLV founded. Alrighty, I am checking the chat out, waiting for some responses to come in. Go ahead and write what you think is the correct answer. Looks like we got some results coming in. Keep on posting. We'll let you know who the first person is. Alrighty. And it looks like the first response, because I just got a notification live on my watch, is Kristen. So Kristen, congratulations. Looks like it just shows the name Kristen. So if you're that person, go ahead and you won the prize. So you're the first to answer. UNLV was founded on September 10th, 1957 to be exact, which is actually 3 weeks before my mom's birthday. Kristen, please write into orientation@unlv.edu with your mailing address so we can go ahead and give you a really cool swag prize. All right, thanks for participating. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the program. So my name is Ryan Romero and I am your orientation host. Hello Rebels, welcome to UNLV's new Transfer Student Orientation. We are thrilled to be here with you today to celebrate your achievements and officially welcome you to the Rebel family. Now, as you enter into the next phase of your life, you'll be joining a vibrant and highly diverse community of students, faculty, and staff who are anxious to get to know you, the newest members of our Rebel family. Now, over the past years, the world has changed drastically, but clearly that hasn't stopped you from charging ahead. Just by showing up today, by whatever means possible for this virtual orientation, you're showing a tremendous amount of strength, determination, and courage, and you have already shown what it truly means to be a Rebel. Now, at UNLV, Rebel stands for community, for problem solving, and for making an impact. Since joining UNLV as a student and now as an alum, I have really come to understand what community really means here on our campus. Now, our entire world has been thrusted into uncertainty, and we're navigating a new future together. we're fighting a virus, we're advocating for social justice, and we're demonstrating that we will prevail stronger together than ever before. And I am more proud than ever to be a rebel. And I am truly thrilled that all of you are joining us here today. So, like I mentioned, my name is Ryan Romero, and I'm a proud UNLV alum and your orientation host. I'm a two-time alum, actually, and I'm an admissions counselor here as well. I'm excited to introduce you to people from across campus today who will share their perspectives with you. And I'd like to kick things off by allowing for all of you to meet my co-host, Nisa. So I'll go ahead and pass it over. Take it away, Nisa.
Thank you, Ryan. What's up, Rebels? My name is Nisa, and I'm going into my second year here at UNLV, where I'm a theater major. I just got accepted into the stage and screen acting concentration, and I'm a film minor. And I am from Palmdale, California. If you have no idea where that is, I'm from Los Angeles, California. Just roll with that. That's a way better answer. And I'm so happy to be your co-host on this very important day and to officially welcome you to UNLV. We have a diverse community of over 30,000 students coming from over 70 different countries and all 50 states that can't wait to meet you. Ryan and I want to kick things off by learning a little bit more about you and your fellow classmates that are with us today. Take a moment to share where you're joining us from in the chat. Back to you, Ryan.
Alrighty, thank you so much. I know you all shared a little bit about where you're joining us from before, but we want to know a little bit more about that too, since there are more students joining us here today. And I'm also from Southern California as well, so a little place called Temecula. But while you all share in the chat where you're joining us from, I'm going to share a little bit about who I am and my rebel story. So I remember not too long ago, I was in your shoes at my new student orientation. My shoes currently are a little different. I have my sequence shoes on right now. But I came to Las Vegas from California, not knowing a single person, but I was eager to learn about the opportunities that awaited me here on campus at UNLV. Now, little did I know that my new student orientation would mark the start of a journey filled with experiences that have truly changed my life. And I compare this journey to a marathon. This metaphor works for me because I've developed a huge passion for participating in them, and have been cheered on every step of the way by this amazing rebel community. And for those of you who may not know, a marathon is 26.2 miles. It is a lot of them. In 2019, I actually took on the big task of running 10 marathons all across the country, raising money for a charity. So on the left, you can actually see me in Seattle. I had to think about that for a second. And then on the right is actually me in Chicago. So I went coast to coast in 2019. And whenever I started a race, I always started at the starting line. And today, this is your starting line, the beginning of your journey as a rebel. But before you take off, take a moment and step back and thank those that got you here today. Because you can't begin any race without an amazing cheering section there to support you. Now, as my race here at UNLV started, I was lucky enough to have friends, family, faculty cheering me on my way. I completed my first mile exploring my major in hospitality management and finding my passions. As I continued my race and reached the halfway mark, I realized I had accomplished so much so far, and things just truly kept getting better from there. Before I knew it, I was elected the student body vice president. I won Homecoming King, I helped UNLV break a world record, and then I graduated with a bachelor's degree and crossed the finish line to become an admissions counselor at my alma mater. Now, many people like me that love to go running for a hobby, we like to do multiple races. And that's exactly what I did with that mindset with UNLV. I ran my first race, got my bachelor's, and I was like, let's run a second race, and I got my master's degree recently. Maybe I'll go and run another race with my PhD, but don't hold me to that quite yet. In my mind, I won first place, and I actually wanted to share something with you. I had my Las Vegas medal here currently. This is a medal I got in my favorite race, the Las Vegas Marathon. They actually shut down the Las Vegas Strip, and it's one of the only times the whole Vegas Strip is shut down, and you can run on it. So it's a very Vegas-y medal. There's a poker chip at the top that spins. It's gold. On the back, my name's engraved in it. So if you're a runner, I'd recommend checking out the race. It is going to be coming back in February of next year. And if you're not a runner, definitely go check out the Strip on that day, because it is quite the sight to see all these people running on the Las Vegas Strip. So that's a little bit about one aspect of my life. And the other part of my life that I love is my job. So I love my job. I also love my dog, but I love my job. I get to do so many fun things like this and host events for you all. My experiences past and present here at UNLV has shown me that there is nothing I can't do. I treasure my years here as a student and most recently as a proud staff member. So this journey I talked about is my marathon course, and while it will look different for you, know that you're all working towards the same goal, and that's graduation. And I look forward to being a part of your journey and seeing you at that finish line. So these pictures that you see on the screen are from my graduation. The ones on the left are from my undergrad in 2017, and then the ones on the right is me hosting our virtual commencement for students in 2020 when I graduated from grad school. And if you notice the picture on the left, you can actually see students have their graduation caps decorated. We highly encourage that of everyone. And you might be able to see mine's decorated, but you can't quite see it at the angle that I'm at. So I thought I'd bring it with me today and actually have my graduation cap. It's definitely one of my most prized possessions. I didn't know what I was going to do until literally the night before. I woke up and I was like, I know what I want to do. Find me 300 rhinestones, and this is what I came up with. So I glued them all the night before, and it's actually wires on it and a battery pack because it lights up as well. I made my gown actually light up as well. But I can't wait to see what your graduation cap will look like and all the amazing things that you accomplished during your time here at UNLV. So, moving forward, I challenge all of you to immerse yourselves into opportunities and step outside of your comfort zone. Meet new people and make lasting connections. You will truly be glad you did. That's because your UNLV journey starts today. I always love that video, and I can't wait for all of you to experience this amazing campus that I'm currently on right now, and the community that you'll be joining. So good news, UNLV is planning for a majority of courses to be offered in person, and all campus offices to be open for in-person services. So if you want to come down to the admissions office, I would love to meet you. We do place the health and safety of our students, faculty, and staff at the forefront, and we will continue to follow public health guidelines related to COVID-19. I know you all would love to be on campus right now, but I assure you we have planned a pretty great virtual orientation, if I do say so myself. And we have virtual programs for you all throughout the summer to make sure you're ready to be a rebel come this fall semester. So let's get things started with an overview of your virtual orientation program. I'm going to pass it back over to my co-host, Nisa, to break it down for you. Nisa?
All right, thanks, Ryan. So the first half of your virtual orientation will take place right here in the UNLV TV live event. First, you'll hear a welcome message from our UNLV president. Next, you'll hear from our amazing student speaker about her UNLV experience. Then you'll be joining us in celebrating your official I Am a Rebel moment and learn more about the community that you're joining. Next, you'll hear from some of our amazing team of all orientation leaders and find out ways to stay connected throughout the summer. Then you'll get to hear from our provost and listen to the Creating Your Future presentation. Then after that presentation, you'll be able to ask our student panel questions about student life at UNLV. We'll wrap up the live event and the first half of your orientation with things you'll need to do to get ready for your first semester. Then the second half of your orientation will take place in Web Campus, which is UNLV's official online learning system. Ryan and I will dismiss you after this live event when it's time to head over to Web Campus, so stay right here. Don't go there now. That's cheating. Don't do that. All right. You'll begin with joining a live interactive presentation with your academic advisor. And during this presentation, you'll learn more about your major, resources, and involvement opportunities within your college and get your fall semester class schedule. Then after this live presentation, you are required to complete the new Student Orientation Web Campus course. You'll need to pass the quiz successfully to earn your college badge. Then you'll end the day at an orientation group meetup with your orientation leader, academic advisors, and fellow classmates. Join to get your questions answered and celebrate your first day as a rebel. And back to you, Ryan.
Alrighty, and I just saw in the chat that we have a birthday today, actually. So Amber, happy birthday to you. Now, the first speaker you'll hear from today is our UNLV president, Dr. Keith E. Whitfield. He made this video message to welcome all of you to this special day. So be sure to jot down some of his great words of advice. I've gotten a chance to meet him in person, so if you also get a chance to meet him in the upcoming years, go up, introduce yourselves. He loves to get to know the new students. But let's check out this video message together.
Welcome to UNLV. I'm Keith Whitfield. I know you must be excited for this new journey you're starting. You might even feel a bit apprehensive. I've been on the same road that you're now beginning, and it's both thrilling and a little scary. Just know that you're not alone. You're part of a vibrant and highly diverse community filled with people invested in your academic and personal success. My best advice is to tap into the many resources we have at UNLV. Reach out to your professors and advisors for guidance. Share your goals and challenges and ask for their insights in navigating your academic career. I struggled during my first semester in college and even considered dropping out. I didn't know what the problem was, but I reached out to an academic advisor who helped me realize I needed to work on my time management. I went from questioning whether I belonged in college to earning my bachelor's, then a master's, and a PhD. And now I'm a president of this outstanding university. As with any great endeavor, you'll encounter challenges on your path to graduation. We all do. Never hesitate to ask for help. One other thing I really want you to do is to get involved beyond your classes. We have more than 350 student groups and many opportunities to connect with peers, even virtually, who share your interests and passions. These connections will strengthen your skills and form a network of professional contacts and lifelong friendships. Today, you join a community of researchers, innovators, and inventors, of artists, creators, and community problem solvers. No matter what your degree path, we're here to help you. I encourage you today to commit to face any challenge head-on and make it to commencement day. I can't wait to celebrate your success, and welcome to UNLV.
It is so great to hear from President Whitfield and see our beautiful campus. Now, I want to introduce you to one of my fellow classmates so she can share her story with all of you. Olivia Checky is a senior studying political sciences and a member of the UNLV Honors College. She's smart. Olivia is also joining us today from Studio B. Olivia, it is so great to see you, and I love that dress. Take it away.
Thank you all so much. I'm so excited to be here with you at your new student orientation. The world is your oyster is a phrase that often gets thrown around to cement the idea that this world is full of limitless opportunities. And even though life is short in the grand scheme of things, I recognize now that this phrase holds true. Now, a relatively simple quote like this one wouldn't have stuck with me 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or even early last year. However, it gained an entirely new meaning when I heard it from my grandfather. You see, my grandfather is a really big reason as to why I'm here. He grew up with little to nothing, but education paved the way for him to become an incredibly successful lawyer and an even better man. Whether he was marching for civil rights during a time when it wasn't popular to do so, or just sitting around the dinner table with his family, he never failed to inspire me. I lost my grandfather right as we went into lockdown last year, but I find peace in cherishing memories and his words. Words specifically have a lot of power to them. The world is your oyster are words that came when I need to hear them the most during the confusion and change that is college. When you're taking the next steps in your life that will translate to a career, it can be easy to get lost in the road mapping and check boxes that come with planning your future. It can be good to plan things. I did a lot of planning when I was in your position. I remember going to my own new student orientation and thinking about all of the ways in which I could make my college experience perfect. For me, it would be 4 years, planned and prepared for in virtually every aspect. Again, planning can be good, but you may not find your perfect college experience that way. That being said, these next few years will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to shape who you are as a person and what you want out of this world. Now's the time to find what drives and inspires you. More than that though, now's the time to take advantage of anything that fascinates you, even if you didn't see it coming. Because here, the world really is your oyster. You have so much ahead of you and everything is only beginning. Even if an ambition seems like a far-fetched dream, now is the time to make it your reality. Your opportunities here are unlimited, and you are free to think outside of the box or beyond any molds you may have created for yourself. You can think of college as your opportunity to pursue anything and everything that fuels your fire. In my time at UNLV, I've had to view the world as my oyster to make the most out of my experience here. And with this, I realized that it is okay for your journey in higher education to have moments of positive unpredictability. For example, I decided to pursue a degree in political science thinking that the only logical career result would be one in law. It would be secure and it would follow a clear path. I would focus on my GPA, study for the LSAT, get into a really good law school, and spend the rest of my life fighting for the rights of others. It would be just like my grandfather did. I was obsessed with this concept of having a structure that laid everything out for me. However, the world is more flexible than you think, and while structures can be helpful for some, I quickly realized that this structure just wasn't meant for me. I got to a point where I had to consider that there are more opportunities than just the ones I was already familiar with before entering college. While the law definitely interested me, I knew it wasn't something that kept me up at night with genuine excitement. Once I began to take advantage of the resources and opportunities here, I grew past the idea that a political science degree would limit me to a career in law. From there, I knew that I could embrace the wealth of knowledge that came with my major and figure out what really drives me. And since then, I've been pretty successful in figuring out my truest passions. I took a public policy class through Brookings Public Policy minor on a whim because a close friend recommended it to me. And quite frankly, I had the elective space, so why not? I spent the entire semester researching higher education policy and reform, and I found that it really intrigued me. I became fascinated with this concept of big structural change and felt inspired because I knew that there were and still are things to fight for, specifically for students like us. Now, I am incredibly lucky to work as a student researcher for Brookings Mountain West, a public policy think tank that connects UNLV to the Washington, D.C.-based Brookings Institution. Brookings gives me the opportunity to study important policy issues that impact Las Vegas, Nevada, and the broader Mountain West region. More than that, though, I've made connections with empowering people who ended up becoming some of my best friends. I've made memories, immersed myself in work that fascinates me, and found people who feel like home. And hard work pays off. I am also so excited to share that I will be interning with the Brookings Institution's Metropolitan Policy Program in Washington, D.C. this summer, albeit remotely. While I have been blessed with many incredible opportunities here at UNLV, I wouldn't have made it to this point without the serious understanding that there are endless possibilities out there. Today, you may have an idea of certain degrees that will lead to certain outcomes. There's a lot of validity to this. The important thing to remember, however, is that you have a lot of different options to choose from, following a lot of different paths that can be taken. After all, positive risks can be a really, really good thing. One of my favorite positive risks that I took happened relatively early during my UNLV career, but it was one that definitely changed my life for the better. In January 2019, I decided I wanted to represent the College of Liberal Arts as a student senator through CSUN, our student government here at UNLV. With barely any time at this university under my belt, I was really testing my luck. However, I presented before the undergraduate senate with a simple message that remains true to this day. I wanted to help students. One of my greatest privileges was serving as a senator for the College of Liberal Arts for 1.5 years, and just this past spring, I concluded my service as the Senate President for our legislative body. As you take all of this in, ask yourself, how can you explore your wildest dreams and make the most out of your time here? What empowers you? You may be the first person in your family to attend college. On the other hand, you may seek a different college experience than your family before you. You may be sitting here with the goal of making previous generations proud. I relate to that one as I was in your shoes just a few years ago hoping to make my grandfather proud. I still carry that with me every single day. Regardless of what you want to study, where you see yourself in 10 years, or how you hope to get involved on campus, you have a place here at UNLV. Your journey starts today, and you have an entire community that is ready to help you every step of the way. This school will give you the opportunity to explore your most insane fantasies, learn from incredible faculty, and make a name for yourself. There will be numerous outlets through which you can discover the best version of who you aspire to be. With this, you must keep an open mind, take necessary risks, and remember that anything is possible. You have plenty of time and countless chances. So find what fuels your fire and never let that fire burn out. Welcome to the Rebel family.
Olivia, thank you so much, and I love that polka dot dress you're wearing. Okay, Rebels, before we continue on, I did just want to let you know that for today's program, academic advising will not be a piece of it like we mentioned, but we'll go more into detail with that during the next steps at the end of the presentation. So just want to make that correction. But now it's your time to have your official I'm a Rebel moment. I am so excited for all of you to officially join the Rebel family. For this, I recommend pulling out your phones and jumping on social media as soon as you can to share this special moment with your friends, family, and your new UNLV community along with your fellow classmates that are joining us here today. What I recommend you do is take a screenshot of your screen or just take a selfie wherever you are. Maybe you're watching with your dog, because you're definitely going to want to have this moment a year from now when your phone's like, hey, remember what you were doing a year ago? And you're like, yeah, I was at orientation virtually watching, and then you can post it then. But when you do take your picture or your screenshot today, be sure to use the hashtag UNLVbound and tag UNLV admissions. Let's celebrate your first day as a Rebel with the UNLV fight song. So you'll be singing this at sporting events or maybe even just on your way around campus. But I am so glad to be able to be the first to sing this with you. So here we go. Alrighty everyone, welcome to UNLV and let's celebrate. Yay! Welcome to UNLV, back over to Nisa.
Welcome to the Rebel family. I can't wait to see some of your posts. Be sure to use the hashtag UNLVbound and tag at UNLV admissions so we can feature you. So let's check out what some of the students have been posting so far. Head on over to this tag board. Yes, I'm loving it with the hashtag UNLVbound. Some of these diverse pictures. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of commencement photos, Rebels making it happen. I love it. I'm loving all of it. Keep it coming. We love to see it. Now, one cool thing about being a new Rebel, new student, is just the community that you are absorbing yourself into. And it's also getting new Rebel swag. Thanks to our wonderful sponsor, Silver State Schools Credit Union, we are going to be sending all of you who officially complete your orientation today some of these new student orientation swag packages. And I'm going to show you what's inside of them. So over here, you will get your UNLV mask. You'll also get a sticker for your hydro flask or your cell phone or whatever people put stickers on. I don't know. You'll also get a lanyard that'll help you not lose your keys. I still have my lanyard from orientation last year, and I have never lost my house keys. Thank you, lanyard. And some of you were mentioning how you wanted to get a t-shirt. Well, this is the t-shirt you're gonna get right in here. I am a Rebel. Kind of looks like the t-shirt that I'm wearing, and I love it. And in fact, Ryan is all modeling all of these cool items for you. So look at Ryan, look at that.
Indeed, I am. So I'll do a quick change for you as well, full of tricks and surprises today. But now that you're officially a Rebel, we want to share a video about the Rebel community that you're joining. So let's check it out.
Welcome to UNLV. This is who we are. UNLV student body represents a fantastic mix of identities. We're multi-generational, multicultural, multiracial, and multi-talented. We have one of the most affirmative and dynamic campuses in the country. We pride ourselves in celebrating the diversity of our students, faculty, and staff. We embrace equity and inclusion as core values by listening to others with an open mind and supporting each other in our differences. And we're focused on providing transformative experiences. So, as a university, we offer a robust mix of opportunities to marry academic pursuits with personal interests and community service. We provide a wealth of resources to help you thrive during your time at UNLV. We're here to help you create your future through personal and academic growth.
We are UNLV. We are an amazing community of life experiences, racial and ethnic diversity, sexual orientations, religious beliefs, political ideologies, and many other identities. Looking for a way to build connections on campus in our current virtual context? Maybe you're finding it difficult to connect with your fellow UNLV community. You can always start by checking out 3 important websites: Student Diversity and Social Justice, Student Involvement, and The Intersection. You can find dozens of ways to get involved, get to know people whose experiences are often different than your own. Open yourself to new perspectives and share something of yourself with others. Step outside of your comfort zone with personal growth and development. Make the most of your experience through involvement opportunities by belonging to a student organization you'll find and build lasting connections with, and obviously contributing to a better UNLV community.
UNLV is an opportunity. Moving toward professional and personal fulfillment means learning how to work, create, and discover together. Exploring the unknown may be daunting, but we have each other and lots of resources to help along the way. We can learn to conquer difficulties through critical reflection, openness, and begin to build and strengthen relationships that lead to change and foster understanding and inclusivity. Welcome to the adventure. Welcome to the UNLV family. Welcome to your future.
We are so thrilled to have you join the Rebel family and can't wait to see what you'll contribute during your time here to continue to make this a better community for us all. And also just a shout out to some of the parents that are in the chat right now. I myself am actually a parent as well, and I'm a non-traditional student, and I love it. I love the diversity that you guys are bringing to this community. Now, you're probably wondering, will you begin to meet new people in UNLV community and how you'll find your fit? Well, I have good news for you. That is exactly what we as orientation leaders are here for. You already have a friend at UNLV, and we want to be there to answer your questions, connect you with other incoming students, provide you with campus resources and involvement opportunities, and really just have fun. So a few of us made this quick video so you'll learn a little bit more about what we do. Let's check it out.
Welcome to the Rebel family. We're excited you're here, and we want to tell you a bit about ourselves. We're your orientation leaders. As your orientation leaders, we're here to answer any questions that you may have about UNLV, and we'll be reaching out throughout the summer in emails and phone calls, just to check in with you.
Getting ready to start college can be a little intimidating. We've been in your shoes and we're here for you. We can help with questions about what to expect your first few weeks of classes, share information about all of the resources and involvement opportunities, how to prepare for your first semester, or maybe you just want to talk about our experience being part of the Rebel community.
Stay connected with us this summer. We'll be hosting Monday meetups so you can meet up with your fellow freshmen, get to know each other better, and talk about any questions that you may have. And to keep in touch, you can join our incoming freshman Facebook group and read our blog, The Rebel Rundown. We'll also be hosting summer transition event series that are mandatory for all freshmen to attend. They include information on student life and community and student support and academic enrichment. We'll also be hosting 2 additional sessions with information on residential housing and paying for college that we highly recommend.
If you want to know more about each of us, check out our bios on the Orientation Leader staff page of the UNLV Orientation website. And don't forget, we're here for you. Anytime you have questions for us or want to talk about life as a rebel, just reach out. Yes, I love that background music, and I love our team. And your orientation leader will be reaching out to you throughout the summer through email, and we'll be calling you too. So pick up the phone. Let's have a conversation. Oh, and check your email often, not because, you're a college now and officially adulting, but because we'll also be sending you lots of super helpful info and links to join our virtual Monday meetups. We can't wait to get to know you better this summer.
I also agree that we have such a great team as well. And if you see a number from 702, it's probably going to be us calling to you. We'll call you after orientation just to check in to see if you need anything else. You already have so many friends here at UNLV. You have me, you have Nisa, you have everyone that is joining us here today. And I think it's about time that we take a quick 5-minute break. We've gone over a lot, so we want you to be able to have the opportunity to stretch, grab some coffee or tea, whichever is your preference, just like we talked about earlier today. Maybe check in with your dog and maybe post a picture with your dog. And if you do post a picture, make sure to use the hashtag UNLVbound and tag UNLV admissions. But we'll see you back here in 5 minutes sharp. Alrighty, we're back. I hope you enjoyed those few minutes you were able to stretch. I saw you were very active in the chat, and I saw we have a lot of students all across the age spectrum that are joining us here today. I wanted to point out a fun fact. Actually, last semester, the youngest graduate we had from UNLV was 17 years old. And on the other side of the age spectrum, does anyone want to take a guess? 82. So it's never too early, it's never too late to come to UNLV is what I always say. So if any of you have grandparents out there want to come back to UNLV, bring them on down. We would love to have them. You can carpool to campus if you want to. But hope you enjoyed those 5 minutes. We definitely want to take a few moments for you to chill for a second, because college can be stressful, especially as transfer students. Going to a whole new institution can be hard. So with that in mind, we would love to hear what are some ways that you practice self-care. So go ahead and write in the chat, what are some ways that you practice self-care? If you're really stressed out, how do you really get your mindset straight? For me, it's running. If you can't tell, I really like to run. So that's one thing that I love to do. So go ahead and share in the chat some of your self-care practices, and we would love to kind of build off that. While you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you to your academic home here at UNLV. We'll begin by learning a little bit more about this from the person who oversees it. That's our Vice President and Provost, Dr. Chris Heavey. So let's check out this video he made for you. So take it away, Dr. Heavey.
Hi, I'm Chris Heavey, the Executive Vice President and Provost of UNLV, and I am absolutely delighted to welcome you to the university. New student orientation is my second most favorite day in the life of the university, because we get to welcome new members of the Rebel family. This university exists for you. All of us are here, and all of the buildings and all of the facilities are here to support your success and to help you build the platform for the future that you want. So I hope you're excited to be here. We're certainly excited to welcome you. When I think about college, I think about it mostly as an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to learn things and to build skills that'll help you have the life that you want after you leave here. But as an opportunity, you need to make sure to take advantage of it. Make sure that you work hard in the classroom, learn and be prepared when you go to those classes, and ask for help when you need it. And especially look for opportunities outside of the classroom, because college can be so much more than just what you learn inside of classrooms. There's opportunities to get involved in research and opportunities to get involved in student organizations and clubs, opportunities within your college, across the whole university, in the performing arts and the creative arts, and many different things that you can do while you're here. It's an incredible playground of opportunities to enrich yourself. So be sure you go and look for some of those opportunities and make your college experience more than just what you get through your classes. I also want to say that you need to be prepared to be successful at the university, because some of the things you're going to encounter are likely to be challenging. When I say new student orientation is my second most favorite day, my favorite day at the life of the university is graduation, when we celebrate you for what you've achieved as a student. You'll walk across the stage and your family and friends will clap for you, and we'll shake your hand saying, "Congratulations, you've done it. You earned what you came here for." We know everyone who comes to the university has what it takes to be successful. The only question is, will you do what it takes to be successful? Work hard, overcome the challenges that you encounter, and ask for help. Because as I said, every person at this university is here to help support your success. So again, welcome. If you're coming to us as a new student fresh out of high school, we're excited, or if you're coming to us as a transfer student already versed in what college is like. Either way, we're here for you. We're excited for what you're going to be able to learn and do while you're at UNLV, and we encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity, persevere through any challenges that you encounter, ask for help when you need it, so that we can celebrate you as you walk across the stage on graduation day, having earned the degree you came here for. Welcome.
It's always so great to hear from Dr. Heavey. Now, I've been a part of the orientation team for a bit, and Dr. Heavey really does love this day and has invested so much into your success. Speaking of your success, let's talk about your academic success. See what I did there? And I'm thrilled to introduce you to our next speakers who are joining us today from Studio B on the other side of this wall, actually, we have over here at the UNLV TV studio. That's going to be two friends and colleagues of mine, Dr. Laurel Pritchard and Dr. Jeff Orgera. Take it away, Laurel.
Thanks, Ryan. Hi, I'm Laurel Pritchard. I'm the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education here at UNLV.
Hi, I'm Jeff Forgera. I'm Associate Vice Provost for Student Success, and we're so glad that you're here with us today.
We're delighted to welcome you to your new student orientation. We call this presentation Creating Your Future because that's what we believe you're here at UNLV to do.
New student orientation is a big step. It's the next phase of your life as an adult, and it's an exciting time for not only you, your family and supporters, but all of us here at UNLV. We love welcoming new students to the campus because we just know this academic journey is filled with so many important milestones. So just know you're in the driver's seat, but you're not alone. We're all here with you, staff, faculty, to make sure that you have a successful time here at UNLV.
Provost TV mentioned that his favorite day of the year is graduation day. And this is what graduation day at UNLV looks like. It's one of my favorite days too. And in just a few short years, you're going to be celebrating your graduation from UNLV. And it's going to be an epic journey from new student orientation day to graduation day. And like any epic journey, you're going to need the support of your family, friends, and of course, all the faculty and staff. You're going to need perseverance so you can stick through to the end. And you're going to need a plan. And so that's really what Jeff and I are here to talk to you about today. What are the things that we're doing to help you make that plan and stick to it? And what are the things that you can be doing to make sure you stay on a successful path and make it all the way to graduation day? Provost TV also talked about college as an opportunity. And we believe that UNLV offers some truly unique and exceptional opportunities to you as students. First, you have the opportunity to study at a top-tier research university. That means that our faculty are doing cutting-edge research and creative work in their fields, and you can be a part of it. So we really encourage you to explore that and get to know your faculty and what they do. You'll also have the opportunity to learn, participate, and even lead in one of the most diverse college campuses in the country. And by learning from other students who maybe come from very different backgrounds and have very different experiences than you, we think you'll be able to expand the way you think and explore new ideas and even become better communicators. So we hope that you explore all of these opportunities as you make your way into your first year at UNLV, because we think it will help you to launch into a very bright future. Speaking of that bright future, you may have already chosen a major, or maybe you haven't. That's okay. Either way, we've got you covered with your academic home in one of our colleges. So if you're still exploring, your home will be in the Academic Success Center. If you've chosen a major, your home will be in one of our other colleges. So for example, if you're majoring in computer science, you'll be part of our College of Engineering. So what is a college anyhow? Well, it's a community of faculty and staff who specialize in a particular academic area. It's led by a dean, and everybody who works in that college is there to help you learn and grow. And one of the support services that lives in your college that's really important is academic advising. You'll find your advisor in your academic advising center, and we encourage you to visit them early and often. So now that you know what a college is, we'd like to know which college you're planning to join. So go ahead and type into the chat which of our colleges you're planning to join in the fall. So you'll learn a lot of really specific information in your major and in your college. But that's not all you need to learn in college. There are a lot of other more general, transferable skills that we want to make sure that you have. We call those the ULOs, or University Undergraduate Learning Outcomes. These are the skills and knowledge that we expect every single UNLV graduate to have. As you can see, these aren't specific to any field. They're very general, they're very transferable, And importantly, employers value them. They're things like communication, citizenship and ethics, cultural knowledge and awareness, and critical thinking. So you'll start to see these emphasized in your first year seminar that you'll take in your first or second semester. You'll also see them in your general education courses, and even some emphasis in the courses in your major. We've also developed some career competencies to go along with these so that you can extend your knowledge of the ULOs into skills you actually apply in the workplace. So now that I've talked a little bit about ways that we're supporting your experience at UNLV, Jeff's going to tell you more about what you can do to make the most of your time at UNLV.
So college, like life, is about getting better at things every day, whether it's your courses, what's going on in your courses, managing your money, your relationships, your emotions. So it's important to approach this experience at UNLV with a really open mindset, the idea that you're going to focus on improving your skills, whether it's in writing, mathematics, public speaking, you name it. The other thing to keep in mind is that you want to reflect on what you're learning and how you're learning, the time that you're spending on your studies, and how you can do better. So every assignment that you get back and every grade, you should be thinking about, how did I prepare for that and how can I do better next time? Think of the feedback that you're getting as constructive and as a way to make you improve, because you're going to change a lot in college over these next 4 years, and it's important to take all the feedback that you're getting and channel it into becoming a better person and investing in yourself. One way to help with that feedback and using it is to build your support network of faculty members, advisors, and always seek support from your classmates and the people around you. That promotes your grit and your resilience and your ability to pick yourself up and move forward in the face of challenges, which you will face in college. The last thing is to be curious. It's so important to be intellectually curious about what's going on in your classes, whether it's math or biology or public relations, whatever it may be. And you can be curious by not only asking questions in class, but asking questions of yourself about, why is this content important? Why does this matter? Okay, so a couple of things you can do to focus on getting better every day. Really, the success formula for college is being engaged, and that's being engaged in the classroom and outside of the classroom. I encourage you, like Dr. Heavey said, join clubs and organizations, seek out internships, find service learning opportunities that you can contribute and give back to our community. These things will make you a better student, and they'll help you synthesize what you're learning in the classroom, what's happening in the real world, so that you become a better student and contribute to society. Lastly, what can you do to celebrate your strengths? You have a lot of strengths and a lot of abilities that got you here to UNLV. So it's important to rely on those strengths and leverage them as you face your courses and face the experience here. It's so important to create a routine. So habits form quickly, so it's much better to form a positive habit, study skills, getting up for classes, spending time on task, so that way that gets solidified as your routine and not a bad habit. And then lastly, build support network with your academic advisors. I recommend one appointment with your academic advisor each semester before you register for classes, and also make an appointment with every faculty member to visit them during office hours. They're waiting there to work with you, help you learn, clarify assignments, and you get to learn about what their research interests are and their path in higher education, and they're the folks that can mentor you along in this journey. So the most important thing, seek balance in your life, both in school and in life, and you'll have a much better experience here at UNLV.
Fun fact, professors whose office hours you've been to write better letters of recommendation. So keep that in mind too. So we talked a little bit at the beginning of this presentation about graduation day. And as Jeff and I both emphasized, it's going to be a journey from today to graduation day, but we know that you can make it. You are going to face some challenges along the way. College, like anything else that's worth doing, is challenging. So when you have one of those days where you're up against something really tough and you say, I'm not sure I can do this, or do I really belong here? I want you to stop, close your eyes, and envision, who are you going to be on your graduation day? How will you have changed and grown? What will you have learned? And what will lie ahead of you? If you can envision that, you can do it. You can graduate from UNLV. We are so excited to have you here. We're already excited to celebrate your graduation in a few years. Thank you for choosing UNLV, and welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Pritchard and Dr. Orgera. So now that y'all know a little bit more about UNLV, we want you to get the chance to ask questions about life as a student at UNLV. Next up, you'll hear from a panel of UNLV staff and students. They'll share their student experience, tips, and words of advice. And we definitely want to hear your questions about life as a student at UNLV. Start sharing your questions in the chat and we'll see how many we have time to get to. I'm going to pass it over to Sarah, who is remote and joining us from Ohio. Sarah, take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Daly. I'm the Orientation and Student Transition Program Coordinator here at UNLV, and we're super excited to have you all here joining us today. This is your chance to ask us questions so that we can be sure to get any of those last-minute questions answered. We've got some students with us and some other professionals from all across campus. So we're going to start with a moment to have each of them introduce themselves so that you can drop those questions into the chat for us. So for our introductions, we're going to start with Esther first.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Esther Herrera, and I am the Assistant Director for the Hospitality Advisory Center, and I'm also the Faculty Advisor for the student organization ANTS, which is the Alliance for Non-Traditional Students.
All right, thank you. And then up next, we're going to jump to Kevin.
Hey everybody, my name is Kevin Crawford. I'm an admission counselor here at UNLV who works closely with transfer students. If you've emailed the transfer@unlv.edu email address over the past few months as you settle in, there's a good chance that response came from me. So it's nice to welcome all of you officially to orientation.
All right, and then up next is Roseanne.
Hi, everyone. My name is Roseanne Matola. I'm an outreach librarian for the university libraries, and I am responsible for creating learning experiences for students within the libraries, and I get to connect with all of you through orientation activities and events all throughout the semester.
And then up next is Savannah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Savannah Baltera, and I am the Director in Student Involvement and Activities. And I am here to help you all find your community and find ways to get involved outside the classroom.
All right, and then we'll go to Angela.
Hi, everyone. My name is Angela, and I'm the Transfer Orientation Leader. You've probably heard from me or my Transfer Admissions Counselor, Mrs. Jewell. And I'm a criminal justice major. I'm going to be a senior at the College of Greenspun Urban Affairs.
All right, thank you all for introducing yourselves. So we're going to jump into some of those questions that we've been getting. And the first question that I want to chat through is, what advice can you give to transfer students to help create an easier transition to UNLV? And we're going to go ahead and start with Esther on this one.
So what I would recommend to make it easy on your first day of class is to go ahead and once you have your schedule, go walk around campus and see where your classes are. Because there's many times in which you don't know where the buildings are and they get you kind of stressed out and flustered a little bit, but go around to the building, see where your classes are, so you have a good feel. And then that way you can also find out the parking situation, like where's the nearest parking spot to your last class and things like that. And then that way you know where your professor's office hours are going to be and everything. So just being proactive and then also getting a planner to make sure that when your assignments start coming in, that you can already jot them down and be organized that way.
All right, and then Kevin, did you want to add in on that one?
Yeah, I wanted to add, before we even start the semester, we're still a couple of months away. I want to make sure that everybody is checking through all of the logistics that they need to do before they show up on that first day of class. So make sure you're checking your My UNLV to-do list. Nobody wants to show up on the first day of class if they've forgotten to hand in their immunization records or complete their financial aid verification. These things are important, so when you show up for your first day of class, you don't have to think about the transition, right? So make sure you're completing those to-do list items on your My UNLV account and reaching out to admissions if you have questions so we can direct you to the appropriate resource. And then on August 23rd, you can go to class without having to think about any of that stuff.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and jump to our next question, and that is, what are some support services that are available to assist students that they may not know about? So I want to start with Roseanne on this one.
So I can talk a little bit about all of the support services across campus. Some of the things that I like to encourage students to get to know, and like Kevin was saying, you have some time now before the start of the semester. So you can explore some of these websites, you can start visiting campus to check out some of these offices. But for example, career services, that's a great support service that's available to you before you're looking for a permanent full-time job. Maybe you're looking or thinking about an internship. It's never too soon to get started on cleaning up your resume, working on cover letters. They have a lot of different specific support areas that can help you fine-tune those resources, even practicing interviews. So check out the Career Services Office, whether you're thinking about an internship, a part-time job, or thinking about where you want to land after graduation. The Academic Support Center, you'll also sometimes hear it called the ASC. They offer tutoring, supplemental instruction, coaching, all kinds of resources to help you transition to campus. If you're a little concerned about maybe a math class or a business class or some other area, they offer free tutoring. That takes place in the library. So you can check out on their website, on the Academic Success Center UNLV website, all of the areas that they offer tutoring, and think about if you need that service in advance. Then when the first week of classes start, you can get acquainted to where they're located and start early. If you're worried about a class now, there's no reason to be stressed mid-semester. And while we're talking about the library, of course, the library has a lot of great resources. In addition to our amazing study spaces, we have librarians for each of your majors. So when you're working on a research paper, you actually have a subject expert that can help you specifically tied to your major. So I encourage you to get to know who that person is. So say you're a hospitality major, there's a hospitality librarian. Say you're an accounting major, there's a business librarian. We have health sciences librarians. There's a great suite of experts that we want you to get connected to and to know. And those are just a few of the academic support services that I can mention right now.
All right, thank you, Roseanne. The next question is, what should a student expect from an advising appointment and how should they prepare for those? So I want to start with Angela on this one to get a student's perspective on preparing for those advising appointments.
I love going to my academic advisor. My tip is that come in and tell them what you're interested in terms of classes or maybe topics. So as a criminal justice major, I'm really interested in psychology or abnormal psychology, or just maybe like little class topics like interdisciplinary studies such as activism. I'm very interested in that. Racial gender studies. So that goes with sociology or ethnic studies. So those are a few things that I would definitely recommend telling your advisor, that just little things that you're interested in, because they can always find something for you, whether it dabbles into fine arts, whether it is an extracurricular class, a general education class. I would definitely let your advisor know so that they can find a good class for you.
All right, and then I want to see if Esther would like to add anything onto that one.
So from an academic advising perspective, what I would recommend is that jot down all your questions before your advising appointment, because sometimes you get so involved in the conversation while you're there that you forget some of the questions you actually intended to ask. So write down your questions and then definitely be present during your appointment. By that I mean is that if you have a phone appointment, make sure you're not driving at the same time. So then that way you can look over your degree sheet with your advisor, and most importantly, be honest with your academic advisor. And the reason I say that is that we're not aware of what is going on in your life in regards to job, family, and everything. So be honest with your advisor. Say, hey, you know what, this semester is not good. I can only take 2 classes, and we'll be, okay, so let's see what classes you can take then. But we're not gonna know that unless you share that with us. So that's why I would always recommend to do that.
All right, thank you so much. So I saw quite the conversation taking place regarding parking on campus and buying parking permits and where to park and almost everything to do with parking. So I want to take some time to touch a little bit on parking. So Angela, would you mind sharing some information about how to purchase a parking permit, where to purchase a parking permit, and everything that goes into parking on campus as a student?
Yes, so you can go on unlv.edu, and when you search parking, you can find parking permits to purchase. They're $150 for the entire year. You can buy a monthly pass, you can buy a daily pass, but it's super cheap as $150 per year. Typically, most universities are $500 a semester. So I would definitely recommend it if you have a lot of lecture classes, live classes. And I do see one question asking if it's typically packed at the beginning of the semester. It is very much packed. Spots are first come, first serve. So you will see a lot of people coming in and out, honestly, no matter what time of day it is. We have classes that run very early, classes that run very late. So I would definitely recommend coming as early as possible.
All right, thank you. And another question we got was about campus jobs. And I know that the library happens to offer a lot of on-campus positions. So I would like to have Roseanne talk a little bit about on-campus jobs.
So I'll talk first about the library and then give some other suggestions too. So the library employs about 130 student employees, and I know that we are currently hiring for the fall semester. So you can go to library.unlv.edu and check out our specific library's website. And then if you go under, I think, the About page, you can find our specific job openings, and then you can apply directly. But for any other campus job, I encourage you to check out Hire a Rebel through the career link through Career Services. So maybe search UNLV Career Services and check out their job ads. The library posts all of our job ads separately from the campus jobs, but there will be other opportunities to work on campus, including at like the UNLV preschool, for example. Some jobs require work study, some jobs don't. So you just kind of want to check all of that out and look through that. If you're not sure what work study means or how that works, you can talk to financial aid to see if you're eligible for work study. And the library specifically, we start at $10 an hour and offer a variety of positions in a variety of different areas. So you could work like behind the scenes or customer service, more front of the house. There's lots of different work opportunities. And I would say that's true about all places on campus. And one thing that I know that is true is that students that end up working on campus end up being more engaged and more successful in their academics because they have a stronger affinity to what's happening on campus. So I hope that helps answer the hiring questions.
All right, thanks, Roseanne. My next question is going to be for Savannah, and that question came in from Jessica, and that was, does the campus offer childcare for students that are parents?
Yes, that's a great question. So on campus, we do have the UNLV CSUN preschool, and it is a great program for from babies up until 5 years old. It's not provided at no cost, so there is a cost, but UNLV students who are parents do pay the least amount. There is a pretty good discount for parents. I would encourage you to call, just Google UNLV preschool on the UNLV website, because there is also usually a waiting list. But again, students who are parents do get priority on that waiting list, and it is a super convenient place to send your kids. So I would just definitely reach out to them as soon as possible.
All right, thank you, Savannah. And the next question is, how do I get a tour of campus? So that's probably a good one for Kevin to start us off with.
I'd be happy to answer that. So right now we're hosting virtual tours and virtual campus presentations. And starting on July 12th, we will be having our first in-person tours. So you want to make sure you visit us at unlv.today/events. So unlv.today/events, you'll see our entire calendar with all of the transition series that we've been talking about, all of those virtual tours. And then on the 12th, you'll see that very first in-person tour that you could register for. And we're going to be having 4 a day, so don't worry about the time. Just pick what's best for you and come check out campus anytime after July 12th.
And then I'm going to have Angela jump in for one more opportunity that you'll have to get a little bit more acquainted with campus.
Yes, so on August 20th, that is the Friday before school starts, we will be having an event called Welcome Day, where incoming students, whether it's freshmen or transfers, we will be able to give you a welcome day tour. That's also when we'll be able to help you, show you where your classes are. So we'll show you the buildings of where some of your classes will be, especially those generalized ones. And so make sure you come out for Welcome Day. I will be one of the tour guides on there. So we'll be able to give you those personalized tours and central tours.
All right, thank you, Angela. And then I'm going to ask one more question to close us out, and I'm going to have everybody jump in for this one. So this last question is, what is one piece of advice that you would give to our new transfer students for how they're able to make the most out of their Rebel experience? And we'll go ahead and start with Esther.
So what I would recommend is really getting involved on campus, join some organizations. Reason being is that, like, for example, for hospitality, we have so many student organizations in which they do a lot, of mentorship, they do a lot of tours, things like that, go into the industry. So definitely get involved with organizations. But the main one is actually getting to know your professor. Do not be afraid of your professors. They're there to make sure that you're successful in their class, but in life overall. Also, the fact is, if you are having trouble in your classes, they're the ones that are able to help you during office hours to help you understand the content so you can pass the class. And then later on, if you decide to go to graduate school, you need a letter of recommendation. At least if you have that relationship with your professor, they can write you that letter of recommendation because now they know you on that basis. So definitely know your professors and get involved on campus.
All right, and then Kevin.
Similarly to that, my advice would be to plan to spend as much time as you can on campus. I know with all of you transfer students, you're coming in from so many different backgrounds. Maybe some of you are living on campus. Maybe some of you have been living in your home for the past 10 years and just decided to start school back up again. You're probably all living in different places, doing different things during your free time, whether that be working or joining organizations. If you're planning to spend your structured time on campus, you'll be more likely to join that organization. You'll be more likely to seek out advising. You'll be more likely to make friends and connections with faculty and staff that will help you along the way. So make sure you're planning to structure your time to be on campus as much as you can be, just to be able to take advantage of everything else that may fall in your way.
All right, and then up next, Roseanne.
I would say to build on all of this advice about getting involved is take some time the first week or two to do some things outside of just going to your classes. There's going to be a lot of events with welcome weeks. We talked a little bit about Welcome Day, which is August 20th, but just even take the time out of your busy schedule to go to one event that maybe you wouldn't normally and do what you can to connect with somebody that you wouldn't normally connect with. That could be the first step in really feeling like campus is home and making a connection and a familiar face outside of one of your classes.
And Savannah?
Excellent segue. Just a little bit more about Welcome Weeks. There is a Welcome Weeks website, and so all of the activities and events that are completely free to you. So I just want to repeat what my colleagues have said. We want you, when you see that involvement fair happening on campus or Premier UNLV, which is our big welcome back event the first week, we just want you to take those opportunities, like come to them. Get your free t-shirt, get your free food, meet some people. And that Welcome Weeks website is going to have all of those opportunities for you during those first 6 weeks of school, because we just really want you to find your community and find your home here at UNLV.
All right, and Angela?
I would love to stack on all of these answers. I think my favorite advice, though, would be just attend all the events, attend homecoming, attend premiere. This is where a lot of us, even as Rebel recruiters, where we found a lot of lifetime friends. So I would definitely say get involved in all the student stuff, rush week, everything. Just come to the student union, see what you like, pass the Rebel Marketplace, see what kind of clubs and organizations you can get into. We have about 400 student-led clubs and organizations. And if you don't see anything you like, you can start your own. So I would say attend events, get involved in organizations. You're gonna love it. You'll always find yourself somewhere here on campus because Rebels always make it happen.
All right. Thank you all for answering all of those questions today, campus partners. And Angela, we really thank you for being here and taking the time out of your day to share with our transfer students. And transfer students, thanks for putting all of those questions in the chat. As a reminder, you will have some time later on today to have some Q&A time with Angela as well as other orientation leaders. If you do have any questions that you weren't able to get answered, that's a great time to stop by to see that then. And with that, I'll go ahead and hand it back to Nisa over in Studio B.
Thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you so much to our amazing panelists. And also shout out to Esther with the Alliance of Non-Traditional Students. I'm actually in that organization as well. So all of you non-traditional students that are in this orientation right now, it's a great organization to go ahead and join and meet up and just meet a whole bunch of like-minded, really awesome people. Okay, so Ryan, I think it's about time to go over some next steps.
I completely agree. And we're going to go over a lot of information on how to prepare for your first semester at UNLV and the next steps you will need to complete in order to finish your orientation program today. So all the information we're about to go over is available in the new Transfer Student Orientation Web Campus course you'll be completing after this live session. So let's go through it and walk through it together. So the first thing is establishing a relationship with your academic advisor, ensuring to meet the degree requirements and accomplish your personal and educational goal. So all new students are required to make an academic advising appointment and meet with an academic advisor in order to register for the classes. Contact your academic advisor to schedule an appointment as soon as possible if you have not done so already. So a reminder, you won't be able to chat with an advisor during the orientation program, so you will need to reach out to them on your own at the following website to schedule your academic advising appointment to make sure all your classes are in order. So the next thing I want to go over are the many opportunities and resources available to you at UNLV that the students and staff are eager to share with you. So this is the Summer Transition Series. It's a range of virtual events that take place Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays all summer long. So the first one is talking about living on campus. So if you're living on campus, we look forward to welcoming you to your new home. So be sure to attend one of the Housing and Residential Life virtual info sessions that are offered every other Monday to learn how to prepare for the move-in process, understanding roommate selections, and hearing about dining plans, and so much more. Now on every Wednesday, we'll be hosting a variety of presentations and workshops to help you prepare for paying for college. I highly recommend you attend these sessions. We'll be hosting sessions about scholarships, financial aid verification, savings, and budgeting, along with tuition and payment plans, and so much more. Now every Friday, we'll be hosting either a student life and community session or the student support and academic enrichment session. So all new UNLV students are required to attend both of these sessions. Let me break down these two sessions for you. The first one, the student life and community session, focuses on the campus life and the benefits of getting involved, student diversity, and finding your sense of belonging here at UNLV. It will include breakout sessions followed by a virtual fair featuring our student organizations highlighting their involvement opportunities. And the other one is the student support and academic enrichment session. This focuses on the importance of earning a degree, having a mentor, managing your time, and maintaining wellness. It will include breakout sessions from the departments listed on your screen, and then it will also have a virtual fair. So if you're wondering how to sign up for all these great events, virtual events, I'm glad you asked. You're going to go to the website listed on your screen to view the calendar and register for these sessions as soon as possible. I'm excited to share that when you do fill out the survey at the end of these sessions when you attend them, you'll be entered into a drawing for a scholarship that you'll be awarded during UNLV Creates. And you can see in the picture, that's actually me at UNLV Creates hosting it, and I'll be the one picking the scholarship. So I wish best of luck for you if I pull your name. So good luck, but make sure you attend the sessions. Now, it is important to check your My UNLV account often. You can view updates through the various information tiles on the Rebel student homepage. So let me walk you through some of the main tiles on here. The first one is your task tile. So you can check out your task tile to complete items on the to-do list and check for important messages in your communication center. Next one is the enrollment tile. So your class schedule is ready for you today in the enrollment tile if you met with an academic advisor. If you have not met with an academic advisor, please make sure to do so as well. So that will be it for the enrollment tile. Next will be the financial aid tile. You're going to view this, and this is where you can review, accept, or decline your financial aid. The next one is going to be your My Account tile. You can now view your balance and consider payment options on the My Account tile as well. Be sure to attend the UNLV tuition and payment options, the virtual info sessions on Wednesdays to learn more about this. Now, students attending UNLV must meet the immunization requirements. These must be submitted before the start of your first semester. Submit proof of the immunizations through the Self-Service Help Center as soon as possible to prevent any registration holds for the future. Proof of the COVID-19 vaccine is not currently required in Nevada schools. While UNLV is not currently requiring the proof of the vaccine, we strongly encourage all students, faculty, and staff to get the COVID-19 vaccine as soon as possible. Now, the Family Educational Right and Privacy Act, also known as the FERPA, is the federal law that protects your privacy as a student and your education records. Some examples of the educational records include academic records, financial records, and your student conduct file. You can choose to grant third-party access to your educational records, for example, maybe your parent or legal guardian, or maybe even a spouse, and the third-party access is managed through your My UNLV account. Now, your Rebel Mail is UNLV's student email. This is UNLV's official means of communication with you and is required for all students. Rebel Mail is powered by Gmail, and you will also get access to all the wonderful tools in the Google Suite. You can activate your Rebel Mail as soon as possible if you have not done so already. And on the topic of virtual components or online components, UNLV offers free and secure Wi-Fi to all UNLV students through the EduRoam network. Follow the online instructions to configure each of your devices. Once you set up EduRoam on that device, it will automatically connect in the future. Now, Rebel Safe is the official mobile safety app of UNLV. Download the app today on your mobile device. It provides you with many features to help keep you safe. You'll see instructions on how to download the app and more information about campus safety at UNLV in your web campus course. Now, I know it was a huge discussion about parking permits, and I just want to go over it a little bit more in detail. Whether you're going to be commuting to campus or living on campus year-round, there are different permits available to meet your needs. A parking permit is required to park on campus. You can purchase a parking permit, tongue twister there, online when it becomes available on August 1st. Now, the easiest way to get your textbooks is through your My UNLV account. Your textbook list will be available when it gets closer to the start of the semester. You can find this list through the My Custom Textbook list in your enrollment tile. You can choose between either new books or used books, or even request to rent books, online books, physical books, whichever one works out best for you. Alrighty, so I went over a lot of information. I'm going to pass it back over to my co-host Nisa to walk you through how to get ready for your first semester from a current student to a new student like you all.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, Ryan. So are y'all interested in working on campus? Because there are a variety of student jobs available each year. Check out the UNLV Career Services website and begin searching for available job opportunities like an NSO co-host. Just putting that out there. All right. Join the incoming class Facebook group. Stay connected with fellow Rebels and your orientation leaders. Be sure to join that today. Visit our student-run blog, The Rebel Rundown. This is an insider guide to UNLV filled with tips and advice from current students. Make sure you check that out this summer. Activate your UNLV student ticket account and join the rebellion. UNLV Athletics is an NCAA Division I and a member of the Mountain West Athletic Conference. As a student at UNLV, you get free tickets to all UNLV home games. This even includes access to the brand new Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders and UNLV football. Also, I remember in chat some people were saying that their student ticket account wasn't working yet. It takes them a while for like those numbers to process, so just check back before like fall semester starts. You're good. Next up is your Rebel Card. Your Rebel Card is your official student ID for UNLV. Instructions about how to create your Rebel Card are included in the web campus course you'll be completing shortly. You'll receive more details about how to get your card after you create your ID online. Next up, start your new life as a Rebel by diving into the spirit and pride of UNLV during Welcome Weeks. UNLV Creates is our big event that officially kicks off Welcome Weeks and your first day as a UNLV Rebel. Welcome Weeks is 6 weeks packed with events where you'll interact with fellow students, learn about campus life, and explore your new home at UNLV. More details will be sent to you later this summer. We can't wait to see you at the group meetup later today. I hope you were able to learn something new, and now I'm going to pass it back over to Ryan to wrap up this portion and get you off to whatever it is you have to do next. You're just going to go there. You're going to do it, and it's going to be amazing.
Alrighty, so you finished the first half of your orientation with us today. Now it's time to join the second half on Web Campus. You'll be providing a quick overview of what to expect during the second half of your orientation day. So let me walk through this all with you. This will include completing the Transfer Student Orientation Course quiz, and then you'll finish by joining the orientation group meetup that you just heard about. You'll access all this through the new Transfer Student course located on the Web Campus dashboard. Once you have logged into the Web Campus, be sure to click on the new Transfer Student Orientation course. This course will appear next to your online pre-orientation course that you did before orientation on the Web Campus dashboard. Like I said, this is different than the online pre-orientation, so be sure to check the correct course if you have not done so already. Completing the online pre-orientation course, be sure to do so before the start of your first semester. Complete the quiz and earn your badge today in order to complete the new Transfer Student Orientation. After you complete the course quiz, you'll end the day with your orientation group meetup. This group meetup will begin at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and will be available until 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. The link to access the live meetup is located on the congratulations page after you successfully complete the quiz today. During the meetup, you'll meet with fellow classmates and get your questions answered from an admissions counselor and celebrate the first official day as a Rebel. Alrighty, well that wraps up the first half of your new student orientation.
All right, so now be sure to log on to Web Campus to complete the new Transfer Student Orientation course.
You can access this Web Campus course by logging in with your ACE account, it.unlv.edu/webcampus. If you have any questions about today, you can go ahead and contact our orientation hotline at 702-774-8004 until 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have questions after 5 p.m. today, go ahead and email our orientation hotline. Alrighty, that's about it for us today. Congratulations. Anything you want to say?
It was amazing getting to chat with you all in the chat virtually, and I can't wait to hopefully see a lot of you on campus next semester.
Sounds good. Now go over to your Web Campus course, finish that up, and if you haven't scheduled an appointment with your academic advisor, make sure to reach out to them so you can get your classes scheduled. Thanks everyone. Now go Rebels, go over to Web Campus. Bye.
Bye.